สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ฮัลโหลครับผม
Hello, welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone is welcome to join. Okay, our first participant is Al Sosim from Malaysia. Hi, Al Sosim.
Good evening, Tan Ajaan. I have no questions today, just listening and paying respect to Tan Ajaan.
Okay, go to Professor Ken from Switzerland. Hi, Professor.
Good afternoon, Ajaan.
How's everything going?
Everything's fine, thank you. I just want to offer my respects to Ajaan on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of ordination.
Thank you. Thank you. 50
I,
years passed by very quickly.
I just reflected on what I've been doing for the past 50 years.
Yeah.
Other kinds of pursuits, but fortunately, I think I'm on the right path now. So
I
thank
did
you very
nothing
much.
for 50 years and I felt good. I did nothing for 50 years and I didn't get anything for 50 years. I felt good. Because I have no burden. I have nothing to worry about.
Exactly.
What you have to lose sooner or later, one day. When you got nothing, then you got nothing to lose.
Yeah. These are things I'm beginning to understand now, Ajaan. So
Yeah.
thank you for your guidance.
That's the secret of dukkha, see. Dukkha is what you have. When you have something, you worry about what you have. When you don't have it, then you don't have no worry.
Yeah, exactly.
And the way to be able to live with nothing is to meditate and be happy with your meditation, from your meditation. That's all you need. All you need is mindfulness and wisdom to keep your mind calm, peaceful, and happy and content. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ajaan.
You're
That's all I
welcome.
wanted to say.
Next,
Thank you.
Claudia. Hi, Claudia. Haven't seen you for a few weeks.
Good evening, good afternoon from Switzerland, Ajaan. Yes, first I was very busy in a family, but it was a good job. And today I have off, and I would like to ask Ajaan a question or for advice.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so about 10 days ago, I accidentally got the information by social media that my mother has died. So it was a very toxic relationship between my mother and me. I think she was war traumatized from World War II. She never was able to have love for me, and it was a very, very difficult relationship. She also used a lot of emotional violence, emotional blackmailing. But one of my wonderful Buddhist teachers always encouraged me to practice metta with her, to forgive and to keep in touch with her as good as I can. And I did. So it was a wonderful teacher also from Thailand. And during the time we had been in touch, I started to feel stronger. I developed more metta, more self-confidence when I was with her, and it was a good feeling. We invited her for a meal, and yeah, we did what my husband and I did whatever we were able to do. And I was very grateful to my teacher that he encouraged me to do this. And about half a year before she died, she let me know that she doesn't want to have contact to me anymore. And it was a very harsh message she wrote to me. So I didn't get in contact with her again. I feel a little bad because I was not able to keep the promise I gave to my wonderful Buddhist teacher. But when she let me know, like it's over, I didn't have the power anymore to try it again. And so after I got the message that she died, I tried to share my merit with her in meditation, that she may be reborn in a better realm where she can be able to receive love and to develop love. And so, is there anything I can do for my own peace?
Well, for your own peace, you just have to forgive her and accept her being what she is or she was. Accept. Don't try to make her to be something else that she is not. You know, this is the way she is, and this is the way she wants to be. It's fine with me. It should be fine with you, because in reality, she is just a natural phenomenon, like the weather or the clouds. You cannot control those things.
Yeah.
But you can forgive her and wish her well. Every time you meditate, when you finish meditation, send a good wish to her. May you
Yeah.
be well and happy. May you find peace in the realm of heaven or wherever. Just express your goodwill.
Yeah.
It's more for your
Good.
peace of mind rather than for her, because we don't know where she is now and whether our wishes can affect her being or not.
Yeah. To
Because
me, it always seemed that she is like, also when she was still alive, I always had the impression she was always like a hungry ghost or hungry for love, and she didn't feel the love that was given to her also from other people. And I also see her suffering. And to me, it's so difficult to accept this.
yes, but you cannot do anything else either. You cannot change her. And to feel bad about it doesn't make you any better off. So you have to practice equanimity also. If you cannot use metta or loving kindness, then you just have to stay in equanimity. Just let things be.
I try, yeah. Yeah. That's wisdom. Thank you so much.
Okay. Everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Okay.
Yeah. I will keep it in my mind. Yeah.
What's most important is to keep your mind safe and peaceful and calm? How many forms of suffering? Okay,
Thank you, Tanachan.
next. I'll go to the UK with Rohini. Hi.
Good evening, Ajaan. I haven't got any questions. I just want to listen.
You have
Um,
nothing to report.
No, I just continue with the meditation as Ajahn advised me to do, and yeah, it's going well. So now I switch to Buddha. I think it's much better now. So when I'm not doing city meditation, I just continue with Buddha. Yeah.
Are you happy with your practice so far?
Yes, I'm very happy. Thank you.
You can feel that you know how to control your mind now.
Uh, yes, I would say something like 60-70%, but it's still, yeah, it's much better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your mind always calm, not being attacked by your
No,
emotions.
Compared to last year, it just I mean slip away, but much better than before.
Yeah. Whenever you lapse in mindfulness, then you will be attacked by your own emotion.
Yeah.
So when you
Yes.
know you've been attacked, when you become emotional, then you have to recite the Bhutto to bring your mind back to rationality.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. I will.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you very much.
welcome. Next, Alvin from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Namaskar, Ajaan. I'm just here to pay respect and listen to the Dhamma. Thanks, no question.
Okay, Mandy Smith from Canada.
Nice to see you, Ajahn. My practice is going well. Still need to include more meditation, but my mindfulness is pretty good. Uh, what an accomplishment for 50 years. So inspiring. And no questions at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, Kok Seng from Singapore.
Good evening, Rajan. Yeah. Last week, my body was suffering from a running nose, and I was thinking to myself at that time that I will leave the body alone and I will not take any medicine. And I managed to endure it until about for the first 5 days. Then after that, I find the pain and the suffering was too much to bear. And after that, on the 6 days, I start to look for running nose medicine and consume it for 2 days, and then after that, I recover. So I was thinking to myself, does that means that I have not passed the test of leaving my body alone? Because I have to consume medicine after the fifth day. I find that it's too the my mind, it was not able to take the suffering as a result of the running nose.
Well, it depends on whether your mind is suffering or not. See,
Yes, that's why I give in to taking the medicine.
if you can leave the body alone and not feel hurt or affected by the sickness of the body, then you pass the test. But if you still feel hurt or you feel worry or suffer from the sickness of the body, then you still haven't yet let go of your attachment to your body.
Mm.
But it doesn't mean that you cannot take medicine or look after your body. It's just a matter of when you want to take the test. See, if you want to take the test, then you want to leave the body alone completely. But if you're not ready yet, then you still have to look after your body. You still have to.
Mm. Because in the first few days, I'm able to so-called let the mucus water drip down from my nose to my upper lips, the lower lips, and then to my chin. Then subsequently, it affect my eyes, and then I find it very difficult to bear. So that's when I decided to look for medicine. Yeah, to
Well,
overcome.
you could blow your nose. There's
Yes.
no rules that say that you cannot blow your nose.
Uh,
Yeah. You can
I
still blow your nose. You can still eat. You can still drink. But you just don't feel hurt or affected by the sickness of your body. That's all. That's what. It doesn't mean you cannot do anything to your body at all.
Yes, I after sometimes when I find that is too the mucus dripping down is too much to bear, that I will rise from my seat and then go and take a tissue to blow my nose. Yeah. So I'm not able to leave the body as it is. Yeah.
Okay, just you have to work harder on your mindfulness to get to equanimity and also develop wisdom to see that the body is not you and is not under your control.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay. I will try. Thank you, Prajna.
you're welcome. Next, Alfredo from Sao Paulo. Hi. Ubeka. Where has Ubeka gone?
Hi, Bante. Okay. I will change my name.
It's okay. You're using the tablet, right? A new tablet.
Yes, a new tablet. Okay,
Yeah.
my
You still have Ubeka? You still...
yes. Meta Karuna Mudita Yupeka.
Yeah.
Meta Aviapada. Good good well, né? Good.
Yes.
Meta.
You have to know when to use which one, though.
Yes.
When you
Bante, why
what?
why we are bad say for other peoples because Theravada not have compassion? It's not truth, Bante.
No.
Mahayana had compassion. Theravada not have compassion. It's not truth, Bante.
Buddha taught us to use the four Brahma Vihara. Yeah.
Yes.
It just depends on how much we should use them, that's all. We only use them when we are required to, or the condition require that we should do it. If there's no condition or cause, then we don't do it. We don't go around and spend our whole life trying to help other people and not doing our own work, We have our own work to do. We have to do our liberation from dukkha. But if someone should come across and need help, if we can help, then we would help them. See? But we don't go search for people to help. This is not our mission. See? Our mission is to help ourselves first, to liberate ourselves from dukkha first. And this is what different from the Mahayana perception. Mahayana goal or perception is to help other people first before helping yourself. But how can you help
Yes.
other people when you cannot help yourself?
Yeah, it's difficult, né, Bante? It's difficult. Not
The
have
Buddha,
to meditate a lot, né?
yes, the Buddha said, help yourself first, and then go help other people. Liberate yourself from dukkha first. Once you have liberated yourself from dukkha, then you can go and help liberate other people from dukkha.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's maybe the reason why they think Theravada is not compassionate, because Theravada spend more time doing their own meditation, doing their own work, doing things for themselves. But you have to kill yourself first. If you're sick, you have to know how to kill yourself first. Once you have get rid of your sickness, then you can then go help other people kill their sickness,
Yes.
which is dukkha, mental sickness.
Yes. It's very difficult to be a bodhisattva, né, Bante, in Theravada. It's very difficult. Many peoples, many peoples. To be a Buddha, a bodhisattva is very, very difficult, né?
Well, see, if you were born and have no Buddhism to teach you, then you have to become a bodhisattva. You have to depend on yourself because no one can guide you and tell you how to become enlightened. So then you have to rely on yourself to develop all the 10 perfections. But once you come across the teaching of the Buddha, when you came across Buddhism, then you don't have to do this on your own. You have someone who already reached the enlightenment and can teach you how to do it quickly and easily.
Yes. Follow Buddha.
Yeah, Buddha said, Noble Eightfold Path, develop Eightfold Path in this lifetime. You can become enlightened in this lifetime.
Yes.
You can
And
forget you can forget about compassion. You have compassion, but you don't have to use it extensively. You use it when only you have to, when you need to.
Yes. And how Pacheca Buddhas know Buddhism alone?
Because he
It's very
might,
difficult, né?
maybe he's not the type of personality who likes to teach. You know? Maybe he's an introvert. He's just a quiet person. Or maybe he finds it difficult to explain things to other people.
Yes.
Or maybe he finds the people around him doesn't want to listen to him anyway. So it could be many reasons for not teaching. Even the Buddha, our present Buddha, he at first didn't want to teach either. He thought that it's very difficult for people to understand and appreciate his teaching, and follow his teaching. Because to tell people to abandon the sensual pleasure is not easy, because everybody is going after sensual pleasure. But then after some careful consideration, he found that there are some people who are willing to give up sensual pleasures and seek for enlightenment. So he went to those people first, those who were ordained, those who were the people who practice meditation, jhana. This were his first target to teach, because they will be able to easily understand his teaching and become enlightened.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. I think it's very important to have compassion, but train alone. Okay. But have to good life is important to have a good mind to meditate, né, Bante?
Well, you have compassion toward people who needs them. See, if they happen to be near you or come across, like you say, have a stray dog and he doesn't have food or something, you give him some food, you know. But you don't go look for stray dog and give food to every stray dog in the city, you know.
Yes. Compassion with us, né, Bante? Compassion with us.
Compassion with condition, you know. You have to have condition because you have things that you still have to do for yourself. You still have to liberate yourself from dukkha, and no one can do
Yes.
this for you.
It's a
Even the
big
Bud-
job. It's a big job.
Even the Buddha could not do this for you.
Yes.
You have to do it yourself.
Yes.
So by becoming a monk or living alone in the forest appears to be not being compassionate, being selfish. But look at the
Yes.
Buddha, he did the same thing. He went to live in the forest and practice alone until he became enlightened. Then after that, he came out and then started teaching to other people for 45 years. Give him 6 years to liberate himself. And the rest of his lifetime, 45 years, he gave it to other people. Is this being selfish or not?
Yes. It's good to practice. Best practice.
Yeah. Kill yourself first. Take care of yourself first. Look after yourself. Make yourself well first before you can go make other people well.
Yes. Let go. Ajahn just saying, let go.
Yeah. You let go of everything by practicing.
Yes.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks.
Okay. Next step from Oregon. Must be cold for you. Don't you have a heater?
Hi. It's like 50s, but it's very windy. We're in the middle of like a big windstorm, and that's actually
Make it colder.
yes, yeah,
Wind-
yeah. It's
Wind chill.
yes, yeah, yeah. It was like 50 degrees, but it felt like 29. It was kind of weird. But I'm dealing with a lot of fear because of the wind. Like we had widespread power outages last night. I didn't know if I was even going to be here. And I'm surrounded by these big trees, and I just feel very fragile in these windstorms, and I'm having a hard time calming down with Buddho, and I just don't know how to calm down with this weather. That's a question.
Well, the Buddha teaches us to constantly reminding ourselves that we are subjected to aging, sickness, and death.
So that's what I'm going through a trial right now.
Yeah. And somehow you just have to accept it, that this will happen.
Because what Buddha did, he just like, I keep thinking about him. He just like, when he was enlightened, he put his hand down on the earth and he said, I will not be moved. That was Tamara. But like, I keep trying to get that energy. Like, I will not be moved, but I don't have the Buddha energy yet.
Yeah, you like equanimity. You like the meditation practice.
Okay.
You like jhana. So
well, okay, not enough jhana. Okay. So I think I have jhana, but then when this occurs, if I can't calm down, maybe I don't have jhana. Is that?
Yeah, you don't have mindfulness even to get to jhana. You need mindfulness, and you cannot concentrate on Buddha. See.
Okay. Okay.
You have to force yourself to recite Buddha, 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 and say the heck with everything else. I'm just clinging to Buddha as my refuge.
Okay, refuge. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got more practice. Okay.
Yeah. After a while, your mind will calm down if you can stay with Buddha for 5 minutes continuously.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll keep practicing.
Yeah. Next, Mahesh. Mahesh. Hi, Mahesh.
Good evening, Ajaan.
What can I do for you?
One question I have is there are some teachers who say to love your breath. So I heard one teacher suggest to treat breath as someone that you love, like an imaginary child or a parent or Buddha or someone that you love, so that you can always, when you come back to the breath, you're not thinking, oh I have to do it, but you're instead excited to come back to the breath. I don't know, is that will that create any attachment if we imagine the breath as someone, or is it a useful session?
Well, maybe it varies from individual to individual. So if it doesn't work for you, don't worry about it.
Okay. but if it works, is it will it create an attachment to that person that we are imagining the breath to be as we practice, or not?
Well,
Because if
it's up to you whether you're going to have attachment or not. See, and whether you know you are having attachment or not also. So if you know you're having attachment, then just stop your attachment. The attachment can cause you to have suffering.
Okay.
But common sense tell you that your breath is not your
Yeah.
sons or your daughter or someone you love. Your breath
Right.
is just the air that comes in and out of your body. That's all.
Right. Yeah, it's a temporary imagination to make me want to go
Interested
to
in your
breath.
breath.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works or not. This is the first time I ever heard of it.
Oh, okay. Okay. And other question is like keeping the eyes open during meditation versus closed. Some, like, when do you recommend any time to keep the eyes open? Generally it is to recommend to keep the eyes closed, I understand.
Yes, you should close your eyes to stop your defilement from coming out to the eyes and to other objects. You want to keep your defilement inside, so you have to close all your sensual organs. Then the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. But the eyes is the most important gateway for the defilement to come out and to disturb your mind. The other organs, the sensual organ doesn't affect as much as the eye, because when you see something, you start to think and you start to have ideas about what you see instead of focusing on your breath. So it's an easy way for you to be distracted if you open your eyes. So it's better
What
to
if
close your eyes.
what if I face a wall and keep my eyes open? Not all meditations, but some let's say if I'm sitting on a retreat or in one of the meditations, to face the wall and keep the eyes open, lowered.
What's wrong with closing your eyes?
I think sometimes I don't know if I'm getting into drowsiness, and when I keep my eyes open, I'll know, because I'll feel like my eyes are becoming closed. If I have drowsiness, I guess that's the only thing. Yeah.
Well, you can try it, see how it works for you between closing and opening your eyes facing the wall.
Okay.
If it works for you or not, I don't know. But eventually, if you want to enter the jhana, you have to withdraw from the body.
Okay.
If you're still looking at the wall, then you might be attached to the wall, the image of the wall.
Okay. And another question is, like, I've for several years I've practiced Zen meditation where I didn't use an object, but whenever I realized I'm lost in thought, I just let go of thinking, and then again just come back to no object, right? Like, come back to just sitting. So during a retreat recently, I did like just a one day thing, one day retreat kind of a thing at a local center. uh, I was doing all anapanasati, like mindfulness of breathing, closing my eyes. um, During such retreats, in the middle, since catching the breath is being with the breath becomes difficult. The first 1 or 2 sittings is good, but then later on, trying to get to the breath is, I don't stay on the breath. It's getting difficult. So what if I switch on one of the sits to without using breath and keep my eyes open, looking at a wall, and then just keep coming back whenever I get lost? Is that a good thing to do, or is it better to just close my eyes and just try breathing, even though try mindfulness of breathing?
Well, you have to experiment, I guess, for you, which one works for you. But I never open my eyes when I meditate. I close my eyes and watch the breath. I recite the mantra.
Okay. And even not using an object, not using breath as an object and letting off thoughts, even that is kind of, you probably, it's not a good idea. Or
You repeat the question again. The dog barking is.
Oh, okay. So even let's say the other aspect of my question, where one is keeping the eyes open, the other one is without using breath as an object, just let go of thoughts, right? Is that what do you think of that? Like without using breath, but just letting go of thoughts. Sometimes.
Well, the goal is to stop the mind from thinking completely. How you do that, that's up to you.
Okay.
Can you stop the thought completely for 5 minutes without thinking? Just be merely knowing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
The goal is to stop thinking.
Yeah.
To still the mind. And however you use, whichever method you use it, that's up to you. There are 40 types of objects of meditation according to the scriptures that you can use as an object of concentration. I think one of them is empty space also. Can you imagine, just imagine empty space in your mind? Close your eyes, or you still have to close your eyes. Imagine. Or maybe you look at blank wall and say, this is empty space for you.
But using and not using any object, is that, does it even work? Like, because in Zen mainly this is just sit and look at the wall, and just, if you're caught up, let go, and you're caught up, let go, kind of. That's what I've done for several years.
I cannot say anything about it because this is not my practice. So you have to do it and try it out yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Tanajan.
You're welcome. Next, Cove from California.
Hello, Tanajan. No questions today, just wishing you well.
Okay. Next, Rasi from Geneva, Switzerland.
Good evening, Tanajan. Hope you are doing fine.
Fine, thank you.
Yes, I have two questions, Tanajan. I want to know, has a Sotapanna completely got rid of fear of death? Because during Buddha's time, Visakha Upasika, who was a Sotapanna, had reached Buddha's weeping for her granddaughter's death. I'm really sorry because there is a renovation going on at the next apartment, which is very noisy. Does that mean that a Sotapanna has attachment to a loved one's body?
Well, you can shed tears for many reasons. So we don't know what's the reason for shedding tears on that particular person. But if she or he is truly a Sotapanna, then there's no fear of death. But there might be sadness to see somebody pass away. But not the kind of sadness that, it's not the suffering sadness. It's the I'm not sure what's the word to use. It's just sadness, when you see somebody die.
It's really disturbing. All of a sudden it started.
Yeah, okay. It's okay. Okay, can you go to the next question? Is my first answer okay?
Yes, Tanajan.
Okay.
How can one realize for himself whether he is ready to face death or an imminent death situation? To ourselves, how can...
You need to have equanimity first. You have to have jhana. Once you have jhana, then you have the strong mind to accept death. You have to practice a lot of meditation first to get to jhana, and try to maintain as much equanimity as you can, so that when you come face to face with death, you can tell the mind just to keep still and not to react, and give up the body, and willingly giving up the body. See, the reason why you could not give up the body now because of your attachment, your defilement doesn't want you to give up the body. And that's the cost of your dukkha, not willing to give up your body, wanting to keep your body to yourself still. But with equanimity, with jhana, then you have let go of your attachment temporarily when you're in jhana. In order for you to let go of the body permanently, you have to see that the body doesn't belong to you. It belongs to nature. It's anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you cling to it, you want to keep it, then you will get dukkha. If you're willing to let nature take the body back, return to nature, return to the four elements, then you let go, then you will have no dukkha.
Even during our daily work, we do. Is it okay? Like we contemplate about the nature of this body and how it came into existence and how it's always dependent on something else. I mean, even our thought is always dependent on something else through our sensual organs. Like
As,
that.
as long as you see the body like a robot, right? And you're not the body, you're the user of the body. If you can separate yourself from the body, you're the one who tells the body what to do. The body is just a biological robot that is given to you by your parents. Your parents created this biological robot for you to use. You are just the mind, the one who thinks, who feels, who tells the body what to do. If you can understand this concept, and then if you can just let the body be, whatever is going to happen to it when the time comes. If it's going to get sick, let it get sick. If it's going to die, let it die. Then you, as long as you have no fear, if there's no clinging, no craving for it to exist, to continue to exist forever, then there will be no dukkha, no fear. So you need both. You need equanimity to support your perception of wisdom.
But for that, do we have long-term practice of meditation through development of equanimity through long-time practice, or?
The length of time depends on the amount of time you put in. If you put in lots of time, then the length is shorter than if you put in less time. So if you become a monk, you have all the time to put in for your meditation, 20 hours a day. Then this won't take a long time to get to jhana. See? But if you only give it 15 minutes a day or half an hour a day for meditation, this might take forever for you to get to jhana.
So jhana is extremely important to become, to enter the status of a sotapanna, right?
Yes, it's part of the Noble Eightfold Path, Samma Samadhi. And before you can get to Samma Samadhi, you have to have Samma Sati, right mindfulness.
We can't have samadhi whatsoever even without jhana.
Well,
Right?
samadhi is jhana. Right samadhi, right concentration is the
Jhana.
fourth jhana.
Right.
You want to get to equanimity. You want to have the mind to have equanimity, which you can get it from putting in it into the fourth jhana.
Mhm. It is crucial to become a Sotapanna. The
Yes,
fourth
yes,
jhana.
definitely you have to have equanimity.
I see.
You might have it from your past life, you know. Your mind might be calm and cool and not emotional. So you might not even know that you have equanimity, but you're someone who is cool and calm and doesn't react emotionally to anything. Then maybe when you heard the Buddha's teaching to tell you that the body doesn't belong to you, it's not you, and you can see that, then you can just let go of your attachment to it easily.
Okay, that characteristic has to be there within me for that, no?
Yes, are you cool and calm and not reacting emotionally?
No, I'm not most of the
Okay,
time, yes, but in certain occasions, not.
yeah. So you have to practice more cool and
And-
calm, more meditation.
Okay.
We have wisdom. We know the body doesn't belong to us. We know it's made from the four elements, but we still cannot overcome our attachment. The strength of our attachment is too strong, stronger than our strength of detachment, which is equanimity.
I see. Mhm.
So you have to develop more equanimity. The
Mhm.
stronger your equanimity, then the easier for you to let go.
Mhm.
If you don't have to have equanimity, there is no need to meditate, no need to practice mindfulness. Just study.
Exactly, yeah.
The study is not the answer. It cannot give you enlightenment.
Mhm.
You cannot apply the theory into real situation. You cannot apply the Four Noble Truths into the real situation without the practice.
Okay. So we are going in the samsara because of our very
Our
rigid
cravings,
attachment to the body.
yeah, your cravings is the cause of your attachment to your body, because you need the body to make you happy. It's the tool for you to access the sensual pleasures. So your body is a very important tool for you. Without the body, you cannot have sensual pleasure.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, Tanaja. Very happy to see you, and I wish you good health
Okay.
always,
Thank you.
Tanaja.
Thank you. The same to you.
Sadhu.
Next, Suchi from the UK. How are
Good
you?
evening. Good evening to you, Ajaan.
Yes. How are you?
I am all right, thank you. I hope you are also.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Ajaan, I was motivated by your advice to me the last time, and I escalated the time I spent sitting mindfulness meditation to 1 hour daily during the past 1 week. But of course, the mindfulness is not strong enough yet because the background thoughts come and go, and sometimes the mantra drifts away and I have to get it back. But I will work on it. I will increase the time I spend sitting, doing meditation, the mindfulness meditation.
But also the time you have to spend developing your mindfulness also all the time. In your waking
Yes.
hours, trying to be mindful all the time is
Okay. that thankfully, because of the solitude and isolation, is fairly successful. And thanks to the mantra Buddho Buddho, but that also needs to be improved. Tanajan, yes.
Yes, you can also watch your body. Also, if you're not reciting the mantra, then you have to watch what your body is doing instead.
Okay, okay.
We call mindfulness of the body, kaya kata sati.
Okay.
You can use either one or alternating them, or both at the same time. If you want to watch your body and also recite the mantra at the same time.
Okay. Can I watch the breath as the body?
If you're sitting down, yes. But if you're doing something, it's better to watch what you're doing.
Okay.
Watch your
I
breath only
see.
when you're not doing anything. If you're not doing anything, you're standing, you can watch your breath. Sitting.
Okay.
But if you're moving the body, then you should watch the movement of the body. Make sure that the body doesn't go do something wrong.
Okay. I do walking meditation also inside the house.
Fine. You
In
just keep what
in the room.
Yeah, just watch the walking then. Watch the steps.
Okay.
If you
Okay,
eat,
Tana.
if you're eating, watch what you're eating.
Okay.
If you're cleaning the house, watch what you're doing with. Watch what you're cleaning the house with. Just be with the body. Don't let your mind go think about other things. Be here and now with the body, or be here and now with the mantra. Keep your mind in the present, that's the goal. And be merely
Okay.
knowing and not thinking.
Okay. I understand.
Right.
And I have one question, Tanajan. It was mentioned that it is pointless to contemplate metta without putting it into action. Is it of value using metta as a mantra in mindfulness meditation, like chanting, may all beings be well and happy?
If your mind is restless and agitated, and you could not use mantra like Buddha or watch your breath, then you can use this chanting to help you calm your mind down first.
Okay, yes, especially in emotional situations like in anger, sadness,
That's right.
stress, or
If you cannot use mindfulness of breathing or body, then you use mindfulness of chanting instead. Chanting the four Brahma Viharas. May all beings be happy.
okay, I
Sabbe
understand.
satta avera hontu, abhaya pacha hontu. Keep chanting that. After a while, your mind will then calm down. Then when your mind becomes normal, then you can use the breath. If you're sitting or you're doing something, just watch the body or use the mantra Buddha.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanajan.
All right, you're welcome.
That's all for today.
Try it out and let us know what happened.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
I will. Thank you.
All right, next is Philip from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. You're in the dark room. What happened? No electricity? Cannot hear you. Your microphone is unmuted, but somehow the sound doesn't come through. Okay.
Can you hear me? Oh, sorry. Just wanted to good evening, Tanajan. I just wanted to turn on the table light. I mean, instead of the ceiling light. Yeah. So I have no questions tonight. I'm just in here to pay my respect.
Okay. I'll go to Aparajita in Dubai. How are you?
Good. How are you,
Fine, thank
Ajaan?
you.
Good.
Fine.
Yes. I wanted to just share, like a few weeks or months ago, I asked you, would it be good to spend some time on my own? And I wanted to do that. And you said, you have to decide. And I wanted to do that. And then for a while, I was like, okay, but I don't have enough to get another apartment and all of that. And just a few weeks ago, I thought I don't need that much. And so I've just decided to just move into just a small room and with a bath and yeah, just to give myself more time. So just wanted to say that.
Yeah,
and thank you.
Just like staying in a temple, in a
Exactly.
monastery.
Yes.
Monasteries just have a room for you and nothing else, and a bathroom maybe, and a mat for you to lay down on the floor, and
In
a
fact,
pillow. That's
yes,
all
I
you
thought
need.
I wouldn't have a bed. I would just have my yoga stuff, and
Mm.
maybe I can create my little Dubai temple room for myself. Yes.
It is a good condition or surrounding for your meditation.
Yes.
Because there are nothing to distract you, no sensual pleasures, objects to distract you.
Yes.
And how did you find out?
Well, it's like, when I first came to Dubai, I would stay in a sharing accommodation. Then you grow older and you become a bit like, I want my own house and everything. So it's like I let it go. It's like, okay, go back to the way I was courageous when I was young and just like pack my bag and go off. So there are many small places that you can rent. So I've decided to do that.
Did you find it useful for your practice?
Well, I haven't started yet. I have
see.
decided I'm going to move next month or so, but I've decided before I
You
was
mean for long-term stay or just?
Yes, at least 6 months for
Oh,
sure.
really?
Yes.
What you do with your partner here? Live
Well, my
alone?
partner, I did tell him, and I've been going on about it for so long. So I said, look, I think I need some time to do some intense practice.
Okay,
And
good.
it will be helpful, even not to be this. So
Yeah,
he's helpful.
I think it's good to
Yeah.
be able to find a place where you can be alone and be able to do the practice.
Yes. So
Like I did when I quit my job and I have a small house, I live alone. Very,
yeah.
very nice place. Where even though it's in the town, but as long as you don't go outside, nothing can distract you.
Yes, I mean, I will just continue with my work and job, of course, but it will still give me, like, I don't have to do any housework or anything or think of anybody. Just for 6 months, I think it's all right to do
Good.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes. Good.
You're moving in the right direction, a step in the right direction.
Okay, that gives me goosebumps, and I feel much more happy. Thank you. Thank you.
The next step is to have more time for practice. Reduce
Yes,
down your
maybe.
your workload.
Well, I guess if I reduce my expenses, I don't need that much work
That's
too. So
right.
that's
That's
good, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'll let the practice take me. So
Okay.
thank
Good.
you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Nining from Indonesia.
Yeah, Ajahn. Ajahn, good evening, Ajahn. I'm very happy today. My mother invites me to visit Ajahn. So I have already managed everything and already issued the ticket and everything from the end of March until early April. So, but the fact is, kisera sera, what will be, will be. But I have managed everything. That makes me very happy.
Yeah, you do your part, and then whatever happens, let it happen. Let it be.
Yeah.
You do
Yeah.
the preparation, and when the time comes, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajahn. Just to inform Ajahn about this. Thank you,
Okay.
Ajahn.
You're welcome. Nothing else?
Yeah, nothing else.
Okay.
Keep on practicing, Ajahn.
All right. Go to Lynn also from Indonesia. Hi, Lynn.
Good evening, Tanajan. Hope you're well.
Yes. How's your practice?
very good actually. So
You still continuing with your practice?
yeah, yes.
Okay, good.
Because I stay by myself, so it's easy for me to
Ah.
do practice at home and also at work.
Yeah, don't waste your time without you doing the practice. You know.
Yes, like when you mentioned before about when we get emotional, that's actually an indicator that we are not mindful.
Mindful. Yeah,
Yes,
you lost your mindfulness.
that's true. So when I realized that, I will go back to sitting meditation to calm myself down and to get that mental energy back up again.
Mm-hmm. The sooner the better, because then you won't lose too much balance of your equanimity, your calm, your rationality. If you leave your mind to become longer emotional, then it will be harder to bring it back also.
Yes.
So as soon as you realize that you are losing mindfulness and being more emotional, then you should either use a mantra or go sit and meditate if you can.
Mantra works very well for me, especially that dukkha anicca anatta. When I keep reciting that, I can calm myself a lot faster.
That's good.
Yeah. I've got a question tonight about the Four Noble Truths. So what is the Four Noble Truths in terms of the death of our loved ones?
In terms of what?
The death of our loved ones.
The death of our loved ones.
Yes. So what are the
Well,
Four Noble Truths? Yeah.
see, we suffer because we lost our loved ones. And the cause of our suffering is because we don't want to lose them.
Yeah.
But then we cannot stop them from going away because this is the way the body works. Everybody has the same nature. It's anicca, it's temporary. It's born and then it grows up and then it gets old, gets sick and die. And this is a natural phenomenon, a process. There's no self in the body. So this is what you have to see with wisdom. Once you can see this, then you can then stop your craving or your attachment to the body or anybody's body, because you look at them like clouds in the sky. They come and go. Everybody is like clouds. They come and go. And so if you can compare them to clouds and accept them treat them like clouds, then you wouldn't have no dukkha, no suffering. But it's because you're still being attached to the notion that there's a self in them, that they're your loved ones. Yeah. Then you still have this clinging or attachment to them. Yeah.
So does it mean that the order is like the first noble truth and the second, and then go to the fourth, and then go to the third? Is that like that, the order?
You use the fourth to stop the other three. You use the fourth to teach the mind to accept that aging, sickness, and death is a natural process. Once you're convinced, then you will stop your attachment or your craving for the person not to get old, get sick, or die. Once you can stop this craving, then there will be no sadness, no dukkha, no suffering. Then this is the third truth, nirodha. You need the fourth truth to be able to understand the first truth, which is anicca. Everybody dies, and then you use the fourth truth to get rid of your second truth, your attachment or your cravings to the body, by telling you that you cannot stop the body from dying anyway, and by cravings for them not to die, it will only cause you suffering unnecessarily. So then you stop your attachment or your craving and let the body die. When that happens, then the third truth will appear, nirodha, the cessation of suffering. The suffering that you had will disappear once you let go of your attachment or your cravings for that body, not to die.
So is that true that the third truth the fourth truth can be only attained when we are enlightened?
The fourth truth is what you develop, see. Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. The Noble Eightfold Path is the fourth truth. The Buddha said you have to develop the fourth truth in order to understand the first truth, and then let go of the second truth to realize the third truth.
Okay, so like we as a lay people, or maybe not enlightened lay people, can also realize those.
Everybody can become enlightened if you can develop the Eightfold Path. That's what we are doing right now. We're sitting here talking about developing the Eightfold Path, mostly about Sammasati, right mindfulness, and right samadhi. And we also talk about right view, which is anicca, dukkha, anatta. So once you have this in full gear, then you can apply it when you have dukkha, when you lose someone you love, then you can say, oh, this is natural process. This is anicca. Then when you have dukkha because you cling or you crave for that body not to die, but you know that you could not stop the body from dying anyway. So why cling or why crave for that body not to die? It's senseless. It doesn't make sense. It only costs you dukkha. So when you realize that, then you stop this craving or desire for the body not to die. Then when you let go, let go of your cravings, then the third truth appears, the cessation of suffering that is being caused by your cravings for the body not to die.
Sometimes we can be partially realized that. So does it mean that we are partially enlightened?
Well, you're just doing the homework. See? You have to face the real thing. Maybe not so much with other people dying, but with yourself dying, this is more important. You might be able to let go of your attachment to other people's body and don't feel bad about it. But when it comes to your body, this is the strongest part of your attachment. And you have to prove it to yourself by taking a test, like exposing your body to some form of danger, and to see how your mind reacts under that situation. But you use the same principle, anicca, dukkha, anatta, the body, not you. It's going to die. And if you have fear, it means you still have craving for it not to die. If you don't have fear, then it means you let go of your craving for it not to die. You're willing to let it die.
So like as a monk, they can do Dhutanga practice. But for female monastic, what other practices that you would recommend to reach the same attainment? Like fear of death, like to get rid of the fear of death.
Well, you might have to go find some scary place to practice alone, but safe place for human, but scary place like in a cemetery or something like that. If you want to prove, if you want to take the test whether you have actually let go of your attachment to your body or not, then you need some form of danger, some form of threat to your body, and to see how you react. Or maybe if you live alone, you have somebody invading your house and see at night and see how you react.
But that won't happen.
You never know. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Or like Steph just said, she had a storm, and she had lots of big trees around her. She's afraid that maybe the tree will fall down and crush her or something. This is a form of danger that you can use to see whether you can let go of your attachment to your body or not.
I had that kind of experience like having a storm at night. I was in a monastery, so
Yeah. So you need some
was
form of
meditating in
danger.
the meditation
Maybe you have
hall, and
fire.
it was dark.
You have forest
And
fire or something happening. A fire in your house, and see how you react.
okay, I didn't pass the test for fire though, because we had a fire drill in the monastery, and then I thought it was real, so I was running like all over the place. So I failed the test.
Okay, then you have to practice more mindfulness, more meditation, and more wisdom. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan Ajahn. Hope you well and healthy. Thank
Yeah, you're welcome. Next, Ricardo from Uruguay.
Hello, Tana-chan. Nice to talk to you. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate you for your 50th anniversary as a monk last 19th of February.
Yes.
And I hope
1975.
yes, I remember that.
I remember that day.
A good day.
It took a lot of effort to get to that point, though. It's not easy to decide and then eventually took the plunge. But once that's taken, then everything is good. Yeah, everything just flow toward your goal. No hindrances, no obstacles. You know. Find the right place to practice, find the right teacher to live with, and everything just go easy.
But you were very brave, and yeah, I think it's not easy to take that decision, but we are lucky that you took that decision, because after 50 years we have you as our teacher, teaching us the Buddha's words. So I congratulate you and thank you for all this time teaching so many people. And I hope for 50 more years to be here teaching us.
Oh, I won't be here. Definitely I won't be here. I don't know if it will exist. I don't know when it's gonna happen. You know, but sooner or later you're gonna have to go. So I don't look forward to anything. I just live from day to day. I count my blessing every day. I'm still alive. But it doesn't really matter, because if I'm not here, then I don't have to work. If I'm here, I have to work.
You don't have vacations neither. Okay. I have two small questions, and it's a historic question. I think the Buddha never said about repeating Buddha, but who started this mantra? And I know it works, but I wonder who was the beginner, if you know that.
Well, it's part of the 10 contemplation, 10 recitation, 10 objects of meditations to think of the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. And so the easiest way to think of the Buddha is just repeat his name, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Instead of chanting Itipiso, Bhagava, Arahang, Sama, Sambuddho, you just use the word Bhutto alone. Make it short, make it easy that way. But I think it's widely used, I think, by Ajaan Man, I think, and in his teaching, I think he taught all his disciples to use mantra Bhutto, Bhutto.
Okay, and the other question was what Lynn was talking about, and it's the Dhutanga. Is it, I don't know very much about that. I know that some monks used to walk long distance for a few days. And is it, as you told before, to be sometimes in danger and not to be afraid? Or what was the purpose? What is the purpose? Because I know some monks do it.
Well, see, you have to first study the 13 Dhutanga practices. These are austere practices to tame or to soften your cravings, your desire, your greed for comfort, for physical comfort. Yeah. So you Buddhas, I think they divide into about 3 categories: the usage of the robe, eating, and place to stay, and practice. I think there are 13 of them. Like going on arms round is one Duttanka practice to encourage you not to be lazy. If you want to eat, you go on arms round. Because once you become known, well known, people might want to bring food to you and offer you. But if you don't want to be lazy, you don't want to be pampered, then you have to go out every day to collect food. This is Bindabada. And eating food in the bowl, put everything in the food in the bowl. This make it that you don't want to enjoy the food. Like if you enjoy food, you want to put the food in separate plates, right? But once you put it in the bowl, then you mix it up. Then it's just not for pleasure of eating. It's just eating for filling the body up. That's all. So these are practices they call Dhutanga, austere practices, and one of them is. The other one is to where to live. The Buddha said a good place to live is in the forest, where it's quiet and it's away from distraction. And that's why monks go into the forest for Dhutanga. It doesn't mean walking distances. This is not Dhutanga.
Oh, okay.
But you have to walk because in the forest there's no road, no cars. So you have to walk. But you still have to live not too far from a village to collect food in the morning. So normally you stay about 2 or 3 kilometers away from the village in the forest nearby, so that in the morning you can walk to the village and collect food for you. So the purpose of going to Thangka in the forest is to seek seclusion, to be away from distraction and physical comfort. Too much physical comfort can make you lazy to meditate, to practice. If you live in a forest and you have no safe place to protect you, you are more alert, you are more mindful of the surroundings around you. So this is the purpose of Dhutanga, the living in the forest, to assist your meditation practice. Study the 13 austere practices. They are practices for austerity, living austerity, not living in too much physical comfort. Because when you are comfortable, you are lazy. When you're not comfortable, you have to strive, you have to work harder. But nowadays, sometimes monks walk just to show off. They walk in a caravan. They walk in a long trail with other monks. This is not going for seclusion. This is going for show. Taking photos and posting in the Facebook page that we are on Dhutanga practice.
Okay.
They don't even know what Dhutanga is. They just think that by walking you're practicing Dhutanga practice. This is not it.
Very clear, and I thought as I saw many pictures, people
Yeah.
walking, I thought that was what it was.
Yeah.
So
And normally you should
for-
go alone or just 1 or 2 with you and not in a big group.
without
You-
camera.
You want to be alone. You want to be in solitude, in seclusion.
Okay.
Okay, good. Understand now? But I still
Clear.
encourage you to study the 13 Dhutanga practices. You can search in the internet.
All right. Yes. With a friend, we are planning to spend the whole month of June in Dutanga. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
You have to be alone though if you want to practice the real Dhutanga, not with your friends.
Oh, no, okay.
You have to practice alone, seclusion. I mean, you
All
can go
right.
together, but when you get to a place, then you have to separate and
All
and
right.
meditate keep a few distance away from each other.
All right.
So you don't socialize, you don't talk
Yes.
and engage in just chatter or anything like that. You want to go and separate. Because maybe when you're first starting, you don't know how to go it alone, then you might have to go with someone experienced to show you how. But once you know how to go alone, then you usually go alone.
Okay.
That's the purpose of Lutanga, to seek seclusion in the forest.
All right. Okay.
All right?
Very clear. Very
Okay.
clear. Thank you.
You're
Be well.
welcome. Next, Gary from Singapore.
Evening, Ajahn. No questions. Just happy to be listening in. Thank you.
Okay. Intan from Indonesia.
Good evening, Prajan. I just pay respect to Prajan and keep learning and practice.
Okay. Good. Be mindful all the time. Practice mindfulness all the time. Okay.
Yes, okay, Prajan. Thank you, Prajan.
You're welcome. Samanji from Sri Lanka.
Hello, Tanaja. Nice to see you.
Yes, good to see you too.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. Tanajan, this is kind of my observation. Why do the people who are born as Buddhists often take longer to realize the true meaning of Buddhism, while many converts, especially who are originally Christians, seem to reach the Sotapanna state or grasp the essence of Buddhism more quickly than Buddhists who are by birth?
I'm not sure you can generalize that or not. Maybe
This
just
is kind of my observation,
yeah.
but that I've
But
seen it.
I don't think it's true though. I think there are many Buddhists that you don't know that have realized enlightenment also.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter anyway. It just just observation. It's okay. But I don't think it's true though, because I know a lot of Buddhists who are
Yeah.
who are interested in Buddhism and practicing also.
Okay, Tanajan. Now, my next question is, we know that the Buddha as Bodhisattva completed the paramitas over several lifetimes and was born as Prince Siddhartha in that particular birth, in his final birth, to become a Buddha. But why didn't he achieve enlightenment immediately instead of practicing for 7 years before finding the middle path? Because he
he didn't get to the wisdom part yet. See, he didn't develop full wisdom. He didn't understand. He didn't know the Four Noble Truths yet. So he need to.
But over a long period, as Bodhisattva, he completed paramitas to become the Buddha. To become a Buddha, still he didn't know what you
That's
mean
right.
is, yeah.
He didn't know the Four Noble Truths.
Okay. He had to discover it in that particular birth.
In his last birth, when he discovered the Four Noble Truths, then that means he become fully enlightened. See.
And you just mentioned, maybe during your conversation with one of the participants, you mentioned according to scriptures, there are 40 types of objects to focus on when meditating. Now, I would like to ask which one is the best, or does it depend on individual preference? I mean, the object of focus.
Well, all these 40 objects of meditation,
Okay.
there's sometimes have specific what you call reason for using it. Like when you're angry, you use metta, for instance. When you're angry at someone, you use metta, loving kindness, to calm your mind down. If you have sexual desire, then you have to use asubha, for instance. But generally speaking, for developing mindfulness, for meditation, for jhana, you usually use the recollection of the Buddha, Dhamma, or the Sangha, or you use the mindfulness of breathing, recollection of death, for instance. This can be objects of your meditation. You have to study the 40 Kammathanas. I cannot remember all of them.
Where can we find them?
Just search in the
Must be on
Google 40 Kammathana.
40.
For the Buddhist meditation objects or something like that.
Yeah, Thanajan, my next question is maybe related to psychology. I think I read this somewhere that there are brainwave states such as gamma brainwave, delta, alpha, and all. Like I read somewhere that entering jhana is a bit similar to reaching the gamma brainwave state in psychology. Do you know anything? Is there any truth to this?
Well, see, the mind and the body can have effect on each other. So when the minds become calm, then the body also becomes calm. And so the brainwave will be different from when the body is not calm. So they actually measuring the body, not the mind. Yeah. But just the effect the mind has on the body.
Okay.
But I think that I had one person asking me that he has a watch that tells him that he goes to sleep when he's in jhana, when he's actually meditating. I said because the watch cannot measure your whether you are mindful or not. See. When you're in jhana or when you're in samadhi, it's like going to sleep. But the difference is that you're not asleep, you're still mindful. If you sleep, then it means you don't have mindfulness when you go to sleep. But it's the same state that the watch is measuring with the body.
Thanajan, thank you. And my next question is, Thanajan, how to use breath meditation, breath observation into daily life as a form of mindfulness practice? Breath observation.
Observation of what?
Observing breath. How can we make use of that in our day-to-day life as a form of mindfulness practice?
Or you only use it when you sit down and meditate. You cannot watch your breath at other times. You should watch your body at other times instead.
Activities, okay.
Yeah. Watch what you're doing. When you're not doing anything, and when you're sitting down or standing still, then you can watch your breath.
Okay. So how can watching breath help us overcome distractions? Maybe when we focus on breath, we forget other things. Or,
Can you repeat again?
how to use, how does watching breath help us overcoming distractions?
Because then you ignore everything. So you just keep watching your breath. Like when you're watching football, sometimes you ignore everybody around you, right?
So we can, does it mean that we can just watch and concentrate on anything than on our breath?
No, because some of the thing you watch it can make you become emotional. You don't want to watch anything that makes you to become emotional. So you watch something that is neutral, like the breath.
Okay, we don't get attached to breath. There's
no emotional involved.
Okay.
You don't get angry, you don't get sad from watching the breath. But if you watch a movie, you can become sad, or become happy from watching the movie.
Okay, Thanajan. And my
Okay.
thank you. And my last question is, Thanajan, do we have to stop offering alms to monks if we get to know that that particular monk is not religious or virtuous? I'm referring to temple monks.
Well, do you still give food to dogs or beggars?
This is monks, I mean.
I
If
know,
you
but
get, yeah.
would you give food to beggars or dogs if they need it?
Yes, I usually give to dogs and cats.
Okay, if that monk needs food, you can also give it to them. Treat them like dogs.
Okay, but that's bad. But sometimes they call and ask for donations and all.
Well, if they don't need it, then you should give it to them. If it's a matter of essential thing that, like, if they will die or if they get sick and they need some help from you, then you should help
Okay.
them, regardless of who they are.
Okay. That's okay to say no, Tanajan.
Yes, it's okay to say no if you find that he doesn't really need it. He doesn't really need your help. And you don't know what he's gonna do with your help. Sometimes he might abuse what you give it to him, then you should give it to him.
Okay, Tanajan.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah, that's all I have for today. It's so nice talking to you, Tanajan.
Yeah. But
you should
you shouldn't be not compassionate. When the time requires for you to be compassionate, you should do it. Don't use any excuse, oh, he's bad, you know.
Okay.
Even the snake, sometimes you have to have the snake if the snake gets sick, you know. But you just have to make sure that when you help the snake, it doesn't bite you. That's how you have to be careful when you help them. Okay?
Thank you so much,
All
Tanajan.
right, you're
Nice
welcome.
talking to you.
Okay. Next, Diana.
Namo Buddhaya, Ajaan Suchart.
Greetings to you.
Yes, I just had a quick follow-up question from the lady that was being answered to. So is it okay? Because I heard and I also didn't know who to ask. Is it okay for monk to ask if he needs something?
Usually, no. He's allowed to ask from people, his relatives. He can ask from relatives or someone who made the offer beforehand. If you offer me that if I need anything, I can ask from you, then I can ask. But if you never say anything like that, I could not ask from you.
Like if I say, if you need something, please ask?
Yes, then he can ask you for that. But
Okay.
if you didn't offer him first, then he could not ask you.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. Because sometimes I like to offer, but I didn't know how to make the opening. And then I heard
you can tell him if you need something, let me know. Or you can also be more specific, like if you need food or if you need clothing or whatever.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, next. Anything else?
I think you slightly touched on it. I was going to ask you, sometimes my concentration is overwhelmed by some, like not strongly, but continuously overwhelmed by some underlying feeling. And the question is, could I use like a metta as or like any kind of kind thought as an object for my concentration at that point in time, to just kind of like to have a stronger, like to have an opposite stronger thing to weigh me out of it. I don't know, is that a clear question?
Well, if you're happy, if you're angry at someone, then using metta object is good. You can forgive that person. And once you can forgive that person, then your anger will disappear and your mind will return back to become normal.
Yes, sometimes it's like, sometimes I can do it like quickly, like within half an hour. Other times it's like it carries on for a day or two. Then in that time, could I just stay with that as my object of meditation, as opposed to Buddha? Because sometimes like the Buddha doesn't quite cut through it.
Maybe try anicca, dukkha, anatta. Treat that person like a phenomenon.
Yeah.
Anatta, there's no self in that person. It's just a phenomenon like clouds, like water, like
Yes.
rain.
Okay, we're back to the weather.
Yes.
Yeah. At one point, I did learn 80 chant with my daughter, and I found in that process that because my mind got more involved with trying to learn the different wording, that it was successful to like detach in that point in time. I think I didn't have a lot of sleep last night due to some throat sickness, so I was dozing off today and trying to stay with my breathing and sitting practice. But just going to comment on, I'm back to like 1 day sitting, the 6 precepts, trying to do like the 8 precepts once a week, but sometimes twice a week, like over the weekend. It's not when it's possible. But I just try to like, I guess the biggest change I see is I've become like a little bit softer with myself if the practice hasn't, because I'm in the working world and being with child, like I'm always thinking and preparing what to feed and what to close, what to study. So it's nice to just block off those days and just get away to the temple. Because due to the snow, we didn't do it last week. But okay, I think that's it.
Okay. Just keep up the practice. Keep practicing. Don't give up. Occasionally you might slow it down if you have some other causes. But whenever you can, try to intensify your practice as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But don't get to the point where you become stressed out also. You have to take the middle path.
Yeah, I think I was mentioning like last time, I become like really overwhelmed with all the housework that sometimes doesn't get done. Like a bookshelf broke down and all the books are still sitting on the floor, and eventually like I'll need to fix it.
So you have to moderate your practice, reduce your practice load down first, and do whatever you need to do first.
Well, it's kind of like I think like I'm not doing like a whole lot, just like 1 day sitting in the mornings, and then the rest of the day is just taken with mindfulness, going about more or less, and just trying not to, like if I didn't get something done, I'm not rushing around anymore, just really trying to focus on one thing. And like if I find myself that I am trying to do 2 separate things at the same time, then I just drop one. And like I do become nervous about it because there's just not enough time to get everything done. But then I just try to breathe and just do what I can, and hope that more time will become available to follow on them. Yeah, just not enough time.
Well, whenever you feel there isn't enough time, sometimes you have to take a look at the big picture. What happens if the world should end tomorrow? What's all the time we will have for anyway? Try to look at the big picture so that life can end anytime, anywhere. So why worry about too much about this little thing that you have to have time for, or not?
Like stop the worry.
Yeah.
Just focus on.
Yeah. You have to occasionally look at the big picture. Where am I going? I'm going to the cemetery. That's where I'm going. So why all the hurries? Why all the worries, right?
Yeah. So like last month I took 2 days to do like a fast, and I found that the slowing down was very clear and like it was very helpful and useful in terms of lifting out of those thoughts. So I think I might try to get back to that.
Yes. Sometimes your greed can be slowed down by the thoughts of anicca, of impermanent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find that on my own, I do feel those tendencies. And then since I'm not on my own, when my daughter says, "Oh, I want something tasty to eat," I just, I forget. I'm like, "Oh, I also want something tasty to eat." Okay.
Okay. Just keep practicing and keep occasionally thinking about aging, sickness, and death. Don't forget about this. If you can do this at least once or twice a day, every morning when you get up, yeah, I'm subjected to aging, sickness, and death, and separation from the ones I love. So you don't
Okay.
forget the big picture.
I'll need to schedule that in, but that's a good practice. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I'll move on to the next person, which is with Joe. Hi, Joe. Can you hear me?
นมัสการพระอาจารย์ครับ
Can you speak English?
Yes, I originally from Thailand. I just moved here to Canada 15 years ago.
I see. Where in Canada?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Okay.
Yes.
Can I help you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Can I do anything? You have any question?
No, just observing, and some of my friends join your class, and I used to be a Buddhist monk in Thailand too for over 10 years. So I think I have a lot of theories already. I just need more practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just enjoy the class and thankfulness. And you're doing this for lots of people, which actually in Canada, not many place we can have the place to practice and learning about Buddhist and meditation. I think it's very grateful you running the class, and all people around the world can learn and practicing as a meditation.
Yes, I'm happy to be of service to anybody who needs my
Yes.
service.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajaan.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you.
Next, Sulan from Singapore.
Oh, hello, Ajahn. Happy 50th anniversary.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Hope you are well also. I have a question for tonight. Yeah. Actually, I think on last Sunday night, I just suddenly couldn't sleep the whole night. Yeah, because my father was telling me, his body is deteriorating, because of old age. Then he feel like, oh, well, maybe he won't be able to like live longer. Yeah. Then although he has also said this many times in the past, but somehow that very night it struck me really hard. Then I just couldn't sleep. Then I keep proliferating my mind, like keep thinking, oh, like what happens if he goes doesn't wake up the next morning. I just couldn't sleep. And then after that I kind of like one thought after another, like thinking, okay, then like would I have any regrets? Then after that I start thinking, oh, there's many things I still want to bring him to do. Bring him to this place. I want to do things with him. Take him to eat nicer food and so on. So then I just couldn't sleep. Then I couldn't sleep the whole night. Then I tried to read your book. So I just wanted to ask, like, how can we reduce our regrets with our loved ones, and like it's also impractical that you got a lot of things that you want to do, but actually we need to prioritize, right?
Well, You do what you can. That's all you can do, right?
Mm.
So do what you can, and do it now while he's still alive, because you don't know when he's gonna be gone.
So
Then you won't have any regret afterward because you try your best. Just try your best.
Just try my best lah.
Mm.
Okay. Then is it am I being greedy? Like when I have all this thinking, is it I'm being greedy?
Greedy for what?
Greedy to want
to do things for other people. This is good greed. It's okay to be greedy like this. It's only bad to be greedy for yourself. If you want to be greedy by helping other people, making other people happy, all the more for you, you know.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
It's good. Okay.
It's good greed. There's good greed and bad greed. This is called metta, loving kindness.
Oh.
To give happiness to other people.
But I thought metta should make me feel happy, but I couldn't sleep. So
because you haven't done it yet, see. You were worrying about his death and not metta at all. Two separate things.
Two separate things.
If you want to use, if you want to go to sleep, you have to use equanimity instead. Say life comes and go. People die, born and die. Accept the truth, and then you can go to sleep easily.
Oh yeah, it's still a knowledge that I've not fully understood yet.
Yeah, you haven't contemplated it hard enough yet. You didn't take it seriously about death yet.
Yeah.
So one day when you come to close face to face with it, then you could not go to sleep. But if you have been contemplating seriously for a long time, when you come face to face with it, you just feel nothing. You know, you feel nothing because you know this is what's going to happen. So you have to do more serious contemplation, real contemplation, not just perfunctory contemplation.
Not just for what?
Perfunctory, just doing just for the sake of doing it.
Or for the sake of doing it. Okay.
You have to do it to affect your mind, impact your mind, to teach your mind to accept the truth.
Oh, okay. Then what's the best thing that I can do for my parents?
Make them happy, and whatever make them happy, as long as it's not breaking the law or breaking the precept.
Oh, okay.
If they're happy going out to a restaurant to eat, take them out to a restaurant and eat. If they're happy to go to a park, a theme park, take them out to a theme park. Whatever they want to be, whatever makes them happy, ask them what they want to do.
Then should I also ask them like how do they want to how do they want their funeral to be?
Oh no.
Because I hear people
No,
say
let them tell you. Let them tell you if they want to tell you.
I don't know. I hear people say that, we should ask our elderly.
No. This is a touchy subject. You have to let them say it. Then you follow what they say.
Okay.
They have to be the one who tell you what they want. It's not for you to ask them.
Okay. And I shouldn't like be telling them that they should pack their stuff so that
No. You shouldn't tell them anything at all.
Okay, not this kind of like
Or anything you should not teach your parents. It's not your position to do.
Oh, okay.
Only if they ask you for your opinion or information, then you can tell them. But you just don't go and say you can just go and tell your parent do this or do that. It's not proper.
Oh, okay.
It's not respectful.
and also like my father likes to, keep talking about wars, like for example the Ukraine and Russia.
Let him talk whatever he wants to talk. It's not for you to tell him not to talk either.
Because I'm kind of worried that he keeps thinking about this. What if he gets reborn there in
Don't worry. You just worry too much. Worry about yourself. Don't worry about other people.
Okay. Then I kind of think too much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ajahn. These are
Okay.
very
All right.
helpful. Thank you.
Next, who is next? Yeah, Tommy, I think. Yeah, Tommy. Hi, Tommy. Are you here?
Namaskar, Kap. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Betnun Kap. I wanted to ask, coming up to 100 days living the hermit life. But I hurt my buttocks from sitting a lot, and I think I gotta go to the doctor. But because I live about a day's travel from the doctor, so I'd have to leave living with wake and then travel for a day, and then I can't get back, and I have to stay for a day. And I'm wondering if this is like restlessness.
No, you have a valid cause for going. So this is not your cravings or anything like that. You have a valid cause. You have to go look after your body, take care of your body. So it's okay.
Okay, thank you. And I also when this came up, because I've been ignoring it for a week or so. But then because I need my parents' help to get to the train, and we end up having this big kind of argument about it. And then I always have this recurring thought, I should go find, somewhere that's really awake, and then I can just be alone. Or then I get restless and I start thinking about coming back to the monastery. But then I also have this feeling that says this is like the worst decision you'll ever make if you leave this situation, because my practice hasn't been like this for a long time.
You just take a brief recess. That's all. It's like fighting in the ring. You have to stop fighting and take a few minutes rest before you go back into the ring again. So if there's a valid reason, then it's okay.
Okay. I also wanted to ask, have these questions about the Satipatthana. So Guy, the body, what's the relationship to somebody who's doing Buddha?
Oh, there are different objects of practices. When you use Buddha, you are developing mindfulness, stopping the mind from thinking. When you study the nature of the body, he wants to teach you the truth about the body, being anicca, impermanent, being dukkha, if you attach to it, and being no self. So it's a different work, it's a different type of work. When you recite Buddha, you are stopping your mind from thinking, so you can get into jhana. But when you study the nature of the body, You want to be able to understand the nature of the body and let go of your attachment to the body.
So Buddha isn't a foundation of mindfulness.
It is one of the 40 kammathanas that you can use to develop mindfulness. See, in the foundation of mindfulness, there are three practices, three separate type of practices. First one is the development of mindfulness by being mindful of the body, for instance. Or then the second is the practice of meditation to get into jhana. When you sit in meditation and using the breath as the object of of concentration. Then once you have jhana, then you go to the next level, which is wisdom or panya, to study the nature of the body, the feelings, and the mind, that they are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you don't want to have any dukkha, then you have to leave them alone. Don't be attached to them. Don't try to control them because you could not.
So, so a Sotapanna who's seen the three characteristics that had Magga Samakhi, how does that relate to Satipatthana?
Well, once he have jhana, then he study the nature of the body to see that the body is subjected to aging, sickness, and death. See, and if you cling to it, if you don't want it to get old, get sick, or die, you get dukkha. If you don't want to get dukkha, then you just have to let it get old, get sick, and die.
So, Satipatthana, is it like something you go through like one to the other, or is it like a circle that comes together?
No, don't become attached to the title of the sutta. It's just a name. You have to study the actual teaching, what is about. And it's about developing mindfulness, developing jhana, and developing wisdom regarding the nature of the body, feeling, and mind, so that you can get rid of your attachment to them, because your attachment to them are causing you the suffering right now.
Okay, the one that I'm hung up on though is Vedana.
Vedana, feelings. Feeling, you have three types of feeling: pleasant feeling, painful feeling, and neutral feeling. And they are changing like clouds in the sky. Clouds are moving, forming, and disappearing. So are these three feelings that appears from the body, come from the body. When you're hungry, you have unpleasant feeling. When you have eaten, you have a full stomach, you have a pleasant feeling. When you're not hungry or full, you have the neutral feeling. They constantly keep changing.
So we're just being aware of it throughout the day.
Be aware, accepting them. If you're hungry and you cannot get any food, don't get angry, don't get feel bad, because you just have to learn to live with it.
Yeah. Then is there a part of the path where you contemplate feeling in terms of anicca, dukkha, anatta?
As I told you, there are three types of feelings you have to teach yourself that you experience every day in your life. When you're hungry, you have unpleasant feeling. Or when you're hot, or when you're cold, you have unpleasant feeling. Yeah. And when you have eaten, you have pleasant feeling. Or when you have clothes to prevent you from the cold, you get pleasant feeling. So this feeling keep changing all the time. And sometimes you can control them, and sometimes you cannot control them. Yeah. If you get to the point where you cannot control them, you just have to learn to live with it, live with them. Like when you get sick and you have unpleasant feeling, and you cannot get rid of this unpleasant feeling right away. If you don't want it to have any dukkha, then you just have to accommodate it, to accept it.
Okay. Because sometimes, like I had the thought I'd do the dukkha vedana practice where you just sit, And the other day, like my meditation wasn't very good. I was kind of grumpy. I was like, I'm just gonna sit and see what happens. And it gets to the point where everything is just like really, really painful. Um, and then I didn't do any contemplation. I was just staying with the Buddha, and then the pity comes, and it's kind of like somebody pour like a jug of cold water on your head, and the body starts to envelope, but it can't quite get in there, and then it comes back, and the pain's really bad, and I have to stop. And the next day, my knees are ruined. I have to sit on a chair, and I was just wondering if I'm unnecessarily ruining my my body, and I should just like sit like a normal person.
Well, if you're hurting your body, then you should stop, and then wait for the body to heal first before you do this practice again.
So when Lungta is doing this, what's his goal?
His goal is to teach the mind to accept the painful feelings, and not to have any craving for this painful feeling to disappear.
Okay.
Okay, understand?
Yeah.
All right. Because eventually we're all gonna get sick, and when we get sick, we will get painful feelings, which we cannot get rid of. And
Yeah.
if we don't want to have any suffering, mental suffering, then we just have to remain calm and accepting the pain, the painful feeling. Then the suffering in the mind will not appear, will not happen.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Next, Sri and check. You haven't started your travel yet?
Greetings,
Greeting,
Ajaan.
not yet.
Not yet.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Everything ready? Everything packed?
Not sure yet.
Don't forget anything. Make a checklist. Make a checklist. Don't rely on your memory because you can forget easily.
Yeah, sometimes we forgot the date. That's what we are most worried about.
Forget about the date.
The date, the date.
Oh,
you
the
know?
date. Yeah.
Midnight, right?
Write it down. Write it down.
I print it out. Keep looking at it like, because we had this
Sometimes we
experience
get it
before.
mixed up the date because it's a
Yeah, international date, different
it's
time.
two in the morning, and then so you have to go like
The
the
day
day
before.
before. You cannot
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah, we have one experience like, when we realized it was like about 4 hours. So we were like packing like crazy. Yeah,
Some phone give you dual time, so you can know your local time and your destination time also.
Yeah. Yeah, but now it's quite helpful with with this like time difference, we can check on the phone, and it's also quite clear now from our experience.
We need Google Translate, Ajahn. Thai people don't really speak English, right?
Some do, some don't. Yeah, not as widely as in Malaysia or in Singapore.
Yeah, so we have that.
Okay, you have any question before you go?
From last week when I was sick, Tanadan, like, because I was focusing on the feeling, right? But I was focusing on the breath, but the breath always bring out the unpleasant feeling. So meaning that when I meditate, like, because I'm used to breath, so sometimes I need to kind of like learn, like to meditate on reciting Buddha, right? So it's
Well,
kind of like
I don't see how the breath can make you an unpleasant feeling. The breath is
because
not painful. Huh?
when I was sick, and then when I focus on breath and either like coughing or congestions, like that feelings.
Well, this is part of being sick. See, you cannot avoid it. You just have to accept it. Don't have any aversion for it. The reason why you feel bad mentally because you don't want the body to get sick. You want it to be well. So you have to adjust your attitude, change your attitude from trying to reject the sickness and try to accept it instead. Okay, let it cough, let it do whatever it wants to do.
Okay. Yeah.
Then you won't have any suffering. You won't have any mental suffering because you accept the reality of the body.
Kan Ajahn, in order to accept the reality of the body, like our mind need to achieve certain calmness.
Well, you have to have equanimity. Yes, a certain calmness, where you can then not reacting to the body situation. Let the body be, leave the body alone. Let it be. If it's gonna get well or not, doesn't matter. Just let it be. You can take either way. But if you're not calm, your defilement wants the body to get well quickly. And when it doesn't happen, then it costs you the mental suffering.
Yeah.
So don't expect anything from the body, since you cannot control the body. Just take the body as it comes. If it's sick, okay, let it get sick. If it's well, let it get well. You should be able to take them both, either well or sick, equally. Then there will be no dukkha in the mind. But if you only want well and no sickness, then you'll get dukkha when it doesn't get well. And in order to do this, you have to have equanimity to be able to take both sides equally, well or sick. So you need to have calmness to be able to take both sides of the body, the good side and the bad side, the sick side and the well side. Because you have no choice. Anatta is not under your control. You cannot control like an air conditioner in which you have you can adjust the temperature as you like. You cannot lower the fever in your body, can you? By remote control. You just have to take the temperature that the body gives you, right? Okay. Anything else?
Thank you, Tan.
Thank you, Tan.
Yeah.
Okay, see you in person soon. Hopefully.
Hopefully, if all things go well, we hope.
Okay, que sera.
Yeah,
Okay, have a safe travel.
Thank you.
Next, Belinda from Singapore.
Good evening, Tanaja. I'm happy to know that Sri and Shakya came over and visit Tanaja.
Yes, that's the plan. Okay.
All will be well. We all be well.
Yeah, who knows? No one really knows what's going to happen tomorrow.
Expect the worst, hope for the best.
Yes, okay. And okay. Anything else?
And that's all. Thank you, Tanaja.
You're welcome. Dr. Piao and Indira.
Okay, good.
Good morning from
Good morning.
Toronto, Ajaan. Always nice to see you and learning so much listening to everyone. I just have something to say. Listening to Sulan, I was thinking I was just like her too. And then when I was like in my early 30s, I was very close to my father and I was very attached to him. And I was living in Canada and he was living in Sri Lanka and he suddenly passed away. And it like really hit me so bad, but it was that dukkha that actually a Buddhist monk, a Sri Lankan Buddhist monk, he's the one who helped me to see this dukkha in life and it really propelled me towards the path. So, sometimes dukkha.
Yes, you need dukkha to really get you
Yes.
toward wisdom.
Yes, Ajaan. So I was just remembering that and I'm thinking, sometimes now I look back and think I was always very, maybe it's a past birth thing. Even as a child, I always had this, I could chant, I was all those things, but it was my father's death that really got me into the practice and the deeper, yes.
In
the
Thailand, we have a saying, no dukkha, no wisdom.
Yes.
No pain,
That's
no
so
gain. In English, no pain, no gain.
Yes, I just know that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ajaan. Just wanted to share it. Yes.
Yeah. It's okay. Don't be afraid of dukkha. Dukkha is good for you.
It's a medicine.
Yeah, it's a medicine. It reminds you that, you cannot remain comfortable all the time.
Yes, that is so true. And that is Four Noble Truths, the first one. That's how you get to the Eightfold Path. Otherwise,
That's right. Once you have the Eightfold Path, then you can get rid of the suffering.
Yes. And then once you get to Samma Samadhi,
Mm.
Yeah.
You remain calm and peaceful, content.
and thank you so much. You wouldn't ever know how much it has helped me listening to you and
Us.
Yes, sorry. I was speaking for myself. Yeah, but us.
Both
yes,
of us.
Both of us. Yes, Ajaan. Thank you
Well,
so
I'm
much.
happy for all of you. Happy for all of you for enjoying this program.
50 years of
Yes.
after Pabacha, like
Yes.
going forth, right?
Yes.
That's huge. That's a big achievement.
Yes. And also for us, seeing somebody who has lived it and it gives us so much hope and courage to walk the path and virya. So yeah, so may all those blessings be with you, Ajaan.
The path is real. It's not something imagined.
No.
Yes, yes.
You can make it happen. Everybody can make it happen.
Otherwise, Buddha would say so.
You just have to put in the effort. That's all.
Effort.
Yes,
that's what you need. That's what you lack.
Yes.
The effort to put in the work, the hard work of
Yes,
giving up everything that you have.
It's so true, Ajaan. And it gives us great, pleasure. I don't know whether it's a word pleasure, but kind of to see somebody who's walked the path and, being able to talk to someone like that and share their wisdom.
Niramusa Sukha.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it's been so good. So thank you so much. And Theruvan Saranai to you. Yes.
Okay, you're welcome. What about you, Dr. Pia? Any comment? No comment today,
yeah? Yeah, no, I think there's somebody asked about the depth of someone and what is their relationship to the Four Noble Truth. I think the Four Noble Truth is just not just four numbers, but there is a task involved in each of these truths. So the first one is the suffering. You have to comprehend the suffering, and the second one is let go of the craving. Third one is realize that to get rid of this craving, you have to realize this. The fourth one, there should be a way, there's a path should be followed. So in the first one, I think comprehend, I think we talk about like it's examples of death is given, death, old age, sickness, we all know that. But I think the punchline there is clinging to the five aggregates is suffering. So that's which we have to unravel that mystery, what we do, how do we cling, the aggregates, how we suffer. And maybe you're suffering because your own body attachment and towards someone else, adhyatika bahira. So both.
Yes, go on.
No, so the clinging at the end of the day is the Achilles heel, like
The
where the point
clinging
is.
causes you to have the craving, see.
Yes, craving, clinging,
You
and then
cling to
suffering.
body, you want to keep the body forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you crave
yes.
for the body to exist, not to
Yes.
to disappear, not to die,
Yeah.
to live.
So the second noble truth, when you remove the craving, the clinging is gone, no more.
Yes, then you got the cessation of suffering on the third
Suffering.
noble truth. And you need the path to do it, to
Do it, yes.
these three things.
Yeah.
You
So
need
those
the
are the
path to
truths.
to comprehend the first truth. You need to have wisdom.
Right.
To let go of the second, you need equanimity.
Okay.
Equanimity and wisdom together.
Wisdom, yes.
Yeah.
So equanimity just gives you a temporary relief of suffering, but to get to the final release, I think wisdom is needed.
You need wisdom, but you need equanimity to
Yes.
to do what wisdom asks you to do.
Yeah. So you're like washing your hands, you need both hands to make it clean. Otherwise, one hand alone washing won't do.
Yeah, that's right. Good simile. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm washing my hands every day with patience.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're a doctor. You know that.
Sadhu.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanajan. Teruan
All
Saranai.
right. Thank you. I think now we can go to the email question from Kunju.
กราบนมัสการพระอาจารย์ค่ะ We have 6 questions so far, and the first 3 questions are from the assistant Gmail. The first question is from Matilka from Cambodia. Do we need to build up some sort of momentum so we can avoid falling short of reaching jhana? Is there something else we need to do to move straight to 4th jhana?
Oh, you need mindfulness. You need to develop the momentum, mindfulness momentum. The stronger the mindfulness, then the easier for the mind to enter into jhana.
The next questions are from Wan Wen. Question 2. May Tanajan kindly explain the following. The first one is, what is arom, emotion?
Well, what is emotion? What is there to explain? Go look up in the dictionary.
The next word is akan, akara, condition.
Same thing. You just go look up in the dictionary for the meaning. Like, what else can I tell you?
And I'll just read this, but the last one she's asking is sapawa or phenomena.
Yes.
Okay. And the next question is, when a sense of pride arose during meditation, I looked for its cause and saw bhava tanha, and then samadhi panya destroyed the tanha. Were there arom, akan, or sapawa present in this case?
I don't know. Just know that you got rid of your craving. Then you can get rid of your suffering. That's all.
The next questions will be from Facebook. The first one is from C. Ratna. Good evening, Tanajan. What should I do if I want to get the benefits, as the Buddha said in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta? Tomorrow I fly to India. I will go to 4 holy places. What should I do? Should I meditate in these 4 places, keeping the precepts during the visit, or what?
Just study the 4 places. Recollect the actual event that happened on those places in order to reaffirm your belief in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. That these are real thing, not just imagined or created by someone. Just not a story. It's real thing.
The next question is from Kuma Bear. During my meditation, I felt that everything stopped for a second, like the picture, the sound just disappeared, but for a very short period. I was so scared at first, but for almost a week, it happened quite frequently, and I am now used to it. Is this a sign of anything? What should I do next?
Well, it's a sign of the mind stopping. which means you are entering into jhana, but briefly only. Called Kanika Samadhi, maybe, I don't know. But you should have a sense of happiness that you have never experienced before also. If you still don't have this, then it's not yet jhana.
Now, it happens quite frequently that I notice when I breathe, sometimes it stops during the breathing in. Sometimes it's during the breathing out. At first, I thought it is something I made up, but it is frequent. I'm afraid if something is wrong with my meditation.
I don't think there's anything you should worry about. Just ignore it and just keep concentrating on your breath.
And the last question is from Paul Lim. Ajaan, I used anapanasati, focusing on the breath in my meditation. For the body, I let go of my feelings as though I'm going in space. I find that I can keep going for hours. Is it acceptable way to get to jhana, Satu?
Well, you have to just focus only on your breath and ignore everything else that appears during your meditation. Don't pay attention to anything but your breath. This is the way to go to jhana. If you pay attention to other things, this will not get you to jhana because you are distracted.
That is all, Ka.
Okay. And that's about all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for your company. I hope this meeting is useful and can help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, be mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Sadhu.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Good
Good
night,
Thank
everyone.
you for your input.